You said everything. Fast
I'm
retailing, the
sorry.
Uniqlo brand reflects exactly the Japan recovery, the post-COVID normalization. But it also is a China story. The reopening of China, people going back to stores again, shopping offline. That's fast retailing's story as well, because fast retailing is a major and a growing presence in China. And those two countries together actually explain the very strong figures that you've seen from fast retailing yesterday, the very strong share price reaction we've seen. Fast retailing is really an emblematic Japanese brand that's doing fantastically well in Asia as well. And we're very happy to be holding this and think that it'll go on to greater things even more.
Is expansion on the cards? Do you think that would be reasonable, or is it too quick to kind of put a finger at that?
Expansion is very likely. Pandey, they've already been working doing a great job of building out their store footprint in China again. Other Asian countries that they've penetrated have done very well for them. Presence in Thailand, Vietnam, and a number of the other nations. And let's not forget that Japan itself, although Japan is not a particularly rapidly growing economy, still has room for expansion as fast retailing takes even more market share in the apparel market. Again, I want to say this is a brand that has captured the imagination of Asian and Japanese consumers across the age ranges. It's become, from being, as I say, an affordable brand to being a necessary and even a luxury brand in some of its variations. The figures that we've seen are really quite extraordinary. This level of profit growth reported last quarter is one of the strongest figures we've seen, leaving aside COVID irregularities. We had over 10% same store growth in the Japan business in the first quarter of this year, and we've heard that the March sales of this company are actually some of the strongest figures they've ever seen in China. And so again, it's very much capturing the excitement of the emerging consumer in Asia, I think.
But from a valuation standpoint, okay, we're looking at the breakdown of the numbers in the group's revenue and operating profit across SBUs. From a valuation standpoint, how much more is there to go given the 22% it's already done this year?
I think it's going to go a long way. And the reason I say that is that we don't think about the valuation in terms of the next 12 months price earnings. We think of valuation in terms of the next 5 years because we've got quite a visible path, I think, for growth for this company, given the expansion it's going to do in Asia. And if you look at that next 5 years, today's valuation is actually not at all challenging. And I think that today's share price, although it's gone up a lot this year and it's gone up over the period we've held it, today's share price still doesn't tell the whole story of Uniqlo tomorrow, Uniqlo in the next 5 years, as it captures more of that emerging market consumer potential, which is so important for us.